Namaste. On behalf of United Consciousness, I, Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, welcome all of you in this grand celebration of United Nations International Yoga Week. Friends, when you close your eyes and ask this question from yourself, what kind of life do you want for yourself and your kids? A general answer that generally pops up in everybody's mind is, I want my kids to be physically healthy. I want them to be mentally peaceful. I want them to be emotionally stable. I want them to be spiritually happy, professionally satisfied, socially compassionate, environmentally responsible, and globally connected. But then we open our eyes to see what? We see that we are living in a world where every single moment somebody is losing his life just because of the lifestyle diseases, which could have easily been saved. We see a world where professional hazard and burnt out has been declared as a professional phenomena by WHO. We get up to see the world where loneliness is causing that much damage to the health as if we are smoking 15 cigarettes every day. 700,000 people are committing suicide. It is much more than all the casualties of the world due to war put together. A very big percentage of people are living life without any purpose, any significant purpose for life. Estimate says that $1 trillion is the cost of the total emotional depression to the world. And dear friends, as United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres rightly said, that this generation is the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation to do something about it. Probably this is the reason United Nations declared 21st of June as the World International Day of Yoga. That people should come together and practice yoga, because yoga is not merely the discipline of postures, it's an art and science of peace. Where yamas contribute into social well-being, niyamas into personal well-being, asanas into physical well-being, pranayama, pratyahara into psychological well-being, and dharana, dhyana, samadhi into spiritual well-being. Yoga is internal sanitizer. It purifies our external behavior, internal behavior, our body, our mind, our senses. It purifies ourself completely. Probably UN knew it, that it also contributes significantly into sustainable development goal achievements. There are many SDGs goals which can easily be achieved if world goes for a yogic life. On this grand occasion of International Yoga Day, United Consciousness is celebrating International Yoga Week starting from 13th of June till 21st of June. Dear friends, people, experts, masters from around 120 plus countries are coming together. Participants are coming together. There will be discussions, there will be discourses, there will be demonstrations of yoga practices, there will be deep meditations. Together we will develop. Together we will assure our holistic well-being so that depression, tension, stress, breakdown, burnt out, friction, overload, triggers, these words should go back to their mother discipline. Leave the human life and psychology so that we can live a fully functioning life. A fully functioning, happy life is the birthright of everybody. And for that, this celebration is. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav ji, Honorable Minister of Ayush, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Inder Singh Parmar ji, Honorable Minister of Culture, State, Shri Dharmendra Singh Lodhi ji, for contributing in this event and guiding us. Would also like to thank our mother organization, Project Self, our sister organizations, United Global Peace Foundation. European Yoga Federation, Yoga Australia, OSACTIV, and other significant organizations across the 6 continents who have contributed in the success of this event. So stay tuned in your mobile phones, on your TV. Let's get benefited with this International Day of Yoga, because we all deserve peace and happiness. Thank you.
Welcome to United Consciousness, where one consciousness, one being, is more than just a belief. It's a movement, a global initiative that unites us all in the pursuit of peace, spiritual wisdom, and universal happiness. It's a global mission that's touching life across continents. If you have ever felt the need for connection, spiritual guidance, or just a sense of belonging, you are in the right place. Welcome to United Consciousness. United Consciousness is not just an organization. It's a living, breathing community dedicated to enhance the holistic well-being of over 3 lakh individuals worldwide. Our mission is simple yet profound. One consciousness, one being. We believe that by connecting with our higher selves and each other, we can live lives filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Together, we are building a global community that shares this vision, helping each other unlock our full potential. Our logo says it all. The lotus symbolizes enlightenment, peace, and infinite universal consciousness. The petals represent all beings in the universe, interconnected and overlapping, signifying our togetherness. And that white essence in the center, it's the one source from which all beings originated. Every detail carries meaning, right down to the 14 petals, which reminds us to transcend our limited identities. And speaking of transcendenting identities, our vision aligns perfectly with the global movement of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. With the presence in over 100 countries, our reach is global. We are not just spreading a message, we are creating a cohesive network of individuals and organizations working together to eliminate limited identities and promote peace and happiness across the planet. But what does joining United Consciousness means to you? It means gaining access to tools and resources that will help you build mental resilience, overcome stress, depression, and anxiety, and elevate your spiritual journey. And that's just the beginning. Our live question and answer sessions with the world-renowned speakers provide you with the opportunity to get all your life questions answered, whether you are seeking spiritual upliftment, emotional intelligence, or simply a community that stands and supports you. United Consciousness is here to help you thrive in this complex world. So why wait? Join us on this transformative journey. Let's create a world where peace and happiness are not just distant ideals, but a tangible reality we can all experience here and now. United consciousness, one being. Together, we can make the difference.
Namaste, everybody. Yoga stands for oneness and union. One earth, one family, one future has been the message of India to the world. And this is a message which India took to the world during G20 as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Let's listen to the message of yoga and union and oneness across the planet.
From Australia, one earth, one family, one future, one consciousness.
Un pianeta, una famiglia, um futuro.
Marcos Rojo Rodrigues, do Brasil, um planeta, uma família, um futuro.
Achaya Vivek from Canada, sharing one earth, one family, one future.
Une terre, une famille, un futur.
Eine Erde, eine Familie, eine Zukunft. Namaste from Turkey. One earth, one family, one future. Tek dünya, tek aile, tek istikbal.
Una tierra, una familia, un futuro.
Namaste, satu bumi, satu keluarga di masa mendatang. Namaste.
One earth, one family, one future.
Desde México, una tierra, una familia, un futuro.
一つの地球、一つの家族、一つの未来。
Одна планета, одна семья, одно будущее.
En orde, en familj, en toekomst.
एक पृथ्वी, एक परिवार, एक भविष्य.
하나의 지구, 하나의 가족, 하나의 미래.
One earth, one family, one future.
Une seule planète, une seule humanité, un seul devenir.
Un pianeta, una famiglia e un futuro.
Umhlaba owodwa, umndeni owodwa, ikusasa elilodwa.
Hello， 大家好，我是周敏，来自于中国的上海。我为 G20 代言，一个地球，一个家庭，一个将来。
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Our next vibrant speaker is the Indian spiritual guru. He is the one who is phenomenal for the seekers who are searching for the real knowledge and meaning of life. It is our honor to welcome Swami Chidananda Puriji, who is the head of Advaita Ashram, Kolathur in Kerala. He is also the author of 30 plus books, including commentaries on Shri Ram Gita, Shiv Mahima Stotram, and many others. He has been honored with many awards like Madhavji Puraskaram, Swami Siddhinathananda Puraskaram, Pandita Ratnam Puraskaram, Janamashtami Puraskaram, etc. We are extremely grateful to him for providing such a glorious opportunity to listen to him and enlighten our lives with his words of wisdom. We now welcome Swamiji.
Pranam Swamiji, most welcome. All our ears to you with our humble pranams. Over to you, Swami.
So, Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Before entering into the topic of this discussion, let me congratulate United Consciousness International for organizing so many programs to spread the message of oneness, the message of unity, and their effort is becoming more and more fruitful in attracting seekers from almost all nations of this globe. And this time, connected with the Yoga, International Yoga Day, with the message, one earth, one family, and one future. This program is organized, and my hearty congratulations to the whole team, and especially our Bikram Singh Tomaji, who is leading this movement. Today, Vikramji asked me to speak about Upasana Yoga. Yoga or Yogam. Yoga in the masculine gender and Yogam in the neutral gender refers to the union. There are so many meanings for the Shabda Yoga, which is derived from the Dhatu root Yuj Melane, to unite together, to become one. So when we think about that Dhatu, the meaning of Yogam or Yoga would be becoming one. That is where the differentiation of inquirer and inquired disappears, where the seeker and what is seeken for is merged together. That state of oneness is called Yogam or Yoga. That is the ultimate meaning. And to reach at that unity, which is enshrined in the great message of the Upanishad as Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaiva Bhud Vijanata Tatra Ko Moha Kashoka Ekatvam Anupasyataha. When all diversities, all beings are become one, the self, for him, that means for that knower of reality at that given time of realization, there is no more sorrows, no more delusions. We are all in search of this, to get rid of all sorrows, or to reach at the happiness unlimited, not limited by time, not limited by climb, that ultimate absolute happiness. We are in search of that. So here the Upanishad declares, when all diversities has gone and the realization of the self as one, when that has reached, there is no more sorrows, there are no more delusions. That is the highest state of yoga. And that highest state of yoga is extolled by Bhagavan in the Gita. Esha Brahmi Sthiti. This is the highest state of being established in the oneness. So to reach at that, we have different ways, and all these paths are called the paths of yoga. And when we speak about that path, the most important topic is connected with upasana. So when we consider upasana as a yoga, it is upasana yoga. Of course, upasana is a yoga. Yoga must lead us to upasana. Here, when we say yoga must lead us to upasana, the term yoga is not in the absolute meaning as we have discussed, but as a path to that highest realization. In that level, there are so many yoga paths like karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. So many yogas are there. We are not going to those topics in detail now. All those will be covered by different scholars in different lectures. But we can say this much. When we take yoga as a path to the highest realization, a realization of unity, the realization of oneness, then it must lead us to upasana. What is upasana? Upasana, the verbal meaning of the Shabda upasana is sitting or being near. The prefix upa means near, and asanam, being or sitting. So being near or sitting near is upasana. Sitting near means to which or to what? The answer is, as long as we are seekers, there is the ultimate reality which is being inquired. What is that? What is the absolute reality? What is the ultimate cause of all these manifestations? What is controlling the whole universe? Or what is my goal in life? How can I reach that? So that highest ideal, that highest goal to which a seeker is moving, by his constant inquiry or deeper inner practices. That is the highest ideal. So sitting near that means getting rid of all differences, all differentiations imposed by our own mind. Getting rid of all those and realizing the self, which I am calling myself, which is giving the existence to all beings. That is what is making all the diversities exist. And in all diverse manifestations, what is dwelling as the self. So reaching at that, getting rid of all superimpositions of mind, that is, really speaking, that is the meaning of upasana. So it is the highest state of realization. And to reach at that, we have the term upasana. And how to understand that upasana in the level of a path to that highest realization. There, it is most important for the seekers. That aspect. That means we can speak for hours and hours, or we can write volumes and volumes about the highest existence, absolute. But there is no meaning at all as long as we are in the plane of duality. As long as we are in the plane of duality, there is no meaning in speaking the highest. So how to reach that? There also, the Shabda Upasana is most important. And when we think about that, let me remember the great definition given by Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya, in one of his commentaries, that Upasanam Nama Yatha Shastram Upasyasya Arthasya Vishayikaranena Samipyam Upagamya Taila Dharavad Samana Pratyaya Pravahena Dirgha Kalam Yadasanam Tadupasanam Achakshate. So this is the definition given to Upasanam by Bhagavan Bhashyakara. That is, objectifying something. And by objectifying something, we will be near that we will get nearness to that. See, when we are objectifying one thing, let it be near me, let it be far away from me, if we can objectify it with the help of our senses of cognition or by our mind, then it is very near to me. It is in the vicinity. It is inside me. Now there is no distance at all. When I think about a person, that person is within me. When I think about an ideal, that ideal is within me. If that objectifying is not happening, even if two persons are living in one room, they'll be far, far away, like in two poles. So, objectifying something and making nearness, and to that our our thought waves are constantly flowing to that uninterrupted. Without any interruption, our thought waves are flowing to that. And sitting in that state for a long time, sitting in that state of nearness for a long time is called upasana. So for having this upasana, or for getting this upasana, we must take help of name and form. And for that, in all paths, there are names of different Devata Sankalpas, concepts of Devatas. There are names of different Ishwaras or Devatas and different forms attributed. Or if we are not at all believing in such names and forms, of course some place, for example, tip of the nose, some Preksha Nasigagram, or some ideal, some concept. So focus on that and objectify that and feel that nearness and make the flow of our thoughts to that only. That life, that existence is called upasana. And if we can do this upasana daily, make use of any object you like. I'm not asking you to chant Om Namah Shivaya for all. As per the belief pattern, you can accept whatever you like, or some forms, or Omkara like that, whatever it is. But make use of that. And have this thought flow uninterruptedly. So let us practice this. Through constant practice, we can reach yoga through this upasana, and in that there is no doubt at all. Then only our individuality, real individuality, will be manifested. As long as that is not manifested, we are different persons having personas, mask. So to manifest our real individuality, this upasana yoga will help us. So this is a topic to explain it. We must sit for 2-3 hours together, but because of time limitation, we have to conclude now. Now itself I have taken 2 more minutes than allotted. So best wishes. Let us have this upasana in our life, and we will realize the concept of one family, one world. When this unity is realized above all diversities. Namaste to all. Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji. Heard your whole talk holding breath. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. I must tell you, Swamiji, it is one of the best talks I ever heard on this topic. Whole United Consciousness family and global audience are blessed to start this yoga week with such a talk. We wish that the definition you have given of Brahmi Sthiti, this whole program takes us people near that, and the definition of Upasana, how you beautifully mentioned, help us to remove all these masks and to realize ourselves. You also mentioned that yoga in its absolute meaning is non-duality, but at the same time, it is the path also towards it. Swamiji, thank you very much for your blessings in the beginning of the program. And we will seek many times from you, much time from you, so that we can go deeper in this topic later on, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.
We are delighted to welcome Mr. Ghaffar Ghanizadeh, inspiring wellness expert, renowned yoga teacher, and headliner of 9 Sense Fest. With over 15 years of dedicated yoga practice, he has developed a unique and highly effective system that integrates yoga, psychosomatics, and psychology to promote holistic well-being. Currently teaching at the 9 Senses Arts Center, he empowers individuals to transform their lives by addressing the connection between emotions, physical health, and mindset. His approach is distinguished by clarity, practicality, and scientific understanding rather than eco-strict concepts. A compassionate, insightful, and transformational guide, he helps people achieve vitality, resilience, mental clarity, and a pain-free, energized life. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Ghaffar Ghanizadeh.
Most welcome, Gaffarji. So much honored with your presence. Over to you.
Namaste, you all. I'm greeting you from Baku, Azerbaijan. I'm glad to be the part of this International Yoga Day, and today we will do some exercises to keep our spine healthy. As you all know, the flexible spine makes us young. So less talk and more practice. Let's start. Sit comfortable. Your hands on your knees. Close your eyes and we will do a little setup. Breathe with your nose. Do 3 deep inhales and exhales. Try to focus on your breathing. Try to focus on your body. Few more inhales and exhales. And then make a wish. Hands in Namaste, and we will continue with Om Mantra. Inhale for mantra. Om. Second time, inhale. Om. And third time, inhale. Om. Perfect, and now we are ready to start. Hands on your knees, and we will do the slow movements with pelvis to front, inhale, and back is exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Synchronize the breathing and movement. Inhale front, exhale back. And try to feel that the movement starts from tailbone, from the pelvis part. Inhale front, exhale back, and few more. Inhale, exhale. By helping of your arms, you can do the nice bend back and good stretch forward. Inhale and exhale. Few more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And we sit straight, do 1 deep inhale, and slow, nice exhale. Now we continue with round movements. You just imagine that you draw 1 big circle around you from left to right. We do inhale. Oh, sit so you see. From left to right. Inhale from right to left. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. And the same the other way. 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. And as you do this, try to feel that we move little up from the tailbone part. Now we're at the second part of spine. It's your lower back, the belly side. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Now again, we go back, sit straight, chin a little bit down, your neck is relaxed. We do inhale and exhale, relax. And now we move to the chest part of the spine and your hands on your shoulders. So the from pointing finger to the last finger is in front of shoulders and the thumbs at the back of shoulders. And we do inhale left and exhale right. And feel that your elbows are parallel to the floor, not down, just parallel. Inhale left, exhale right. And we go in the middle speed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. It's active breathing, and if you feel a little dizziness, you can slow down and do it just nice and slower, but keep continuing and feel the chest part of the spine, feel the twisting. The new fresh blood is coming to the spine muscles, and we keep it flexible, young, and healthy. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Hands up, inhale, and hands to the knees, exhale. And we do quick observation practice. Connect thumbs and pointing fingers in Gyan Mudra on your knees, eyes closed, and 5 inhales and exhales. Feel the warm feelings from tailbone and to the chest. Feel that energy that started to move better from your tailbone to your chest. And we start with the last part of the spine is neck. Nice round movement from left to right. When you chin touches your chest is exhale. When the head goes back, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Don't do it fast, don't do it quick. As slow as you can. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And the other way. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And again, back, spine straight. One more breathing. And connect your hands together to your back of the head. And we will move whole spine together. Inhale, you stretch, push your chest front. Exhale, you round and elbows to the mat. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale and exhale. And again, hands to your knees. Sit straight, head a little bit down. Feel whole your spine now, hold together from tailbone till the top of your head. Feel the breathing. Be thankful for taking care, respecting, loving yourself, your body, your mind, your soul, bringing all three of it together. And this 3-4 simple movement, simple asanas that helps us to keep the spine straight. And as you all know, the spine is our support. When it's flexible, when it's strong, when it's young, we can live the best lives. Thank you. This is all for today. I'm thankful for inviting me. It's my
Thank you
big
very much.
pleasure to be part of it.
Thank you very much, respected Ghafarji. We are really honored you took out time from Azerbaijan. And yes, that's true. The spine of the world has to be erected and healthy. World needs this. In this era of mobile phones, so much working from home, looking at the computers all the time, spine is taking its whole toll. So I'm sure
Yes.
that this lesson you gave all of us will certainly benefit us in a healthy living. Very much honored. Thank you for taking out time.
Namaste.
Namaste.
We have with us Swami Gunatitananda Saraswati Ji. He is a monk from Chinmay Mission, a seeker of the truth and a disciple of Swami Chinmayananda. He studied Vedanta in India at Sandeepani Sadhanalaya of Chinmay Mission. He is presently based in Chinmay Mission of Sri Lanka as the resident Swami. In keeping with the vision of Chinmay Mission, inner transformation of individuals resulting in a happy world around them, he is engaged in sharing the knowledge culled from the scriptures in the modern context, motivating the adults as well as young adults, thereby enabling them to become positive contributors to society. Swami Gunatitananda Saraswati Ji was a successful IT professional, well versed in business management and IT practice prior to embarking on the journey in the search of the truth.
Thank you very much, Reverend Swamiji. Looking forward to receive your blessings on this occasion of International Day of Yoga.
Namaste, greetings and my humble salutations to all the fellow seekers all around the world. Today I've been requested to speak on the topic of different parts of yoga towards self-realization. First of all, Swami Chidananda Puriji, of course, defined classically what is yoga is all about. One of the key message there is that becoming one with the union. He used the word, he used the Sanskrit definition, yuj. So becoming one with. So yoga classically is used, the word yoga is used to indicate the goal, that is in union, and the path through which you reach that state, you attain your goal. So what is the goal here? What is it that you become union with? And that's why we call it union with the self. Of course, it is referred to in many terms. The word truth is used. The word reality is used. Classically, Brahman or Lord or God, all of these terms, or even in the modern days, all of us are seeking happiness. So that oneness with one's own self. So then, if you're talking about merging with that self, then what is it being merged? So this is where we have to understand that we are not talking about two entities merging together. You are that self, you are infinite. This is what our Upanishads proclaim. But there is a sense of separation, that we are different from that self, that truth, that reality. And that sense of separation is created by the very thinking. It's the thoughts about us. In thoughts about us, what is classically called ego or ahankara. If you want to use the modern definition of that, is personality. Yeah, we have a picture about ourselves. We have an image about ourselves in terms of the finite. But this image is something which is constructed using thoughts. And as long as we hold on to this image which is constructed using thoughts, we will have that sense of finiteness and sense of separation away from our infinite nature. As if we are disconnected, feeling as if we are disconnected. So yoga as a path should enable us to transcend these thoughts. Because these thoughts, the very thoughts, which is responsible for creation and the sustenance of this sense of separation. So yoga as a path should enable us to transcend these thoughts. So once you transcend these thoughts, the sense of separation is over. And you realize your oneness with your true self. So that's the connection, between the yoga as a path and yoga as a goal. If you understand that much, then the other part of the topic where we talk about different paths of yoga towards self-realization. When we talk about this, one of the English idioms come to my mind. It says, all roads lead to Rome. The Rome, historically, once upon a time, being the place where people wanted to go from different parts of the world. So naturally, there will be roads. That is the central location. Then all roads will take you, if your goal is to get there, then the roads will lead to that central location. So from different parts of the world, the roads used to reach Rome. So they say all roads lead to Rome. So in essence is that different roads may be, but it takes you to the goal. Assumption here is the goal is one. One goal. And this is something which we should not forget. Regardless of what faith we belong to, what religion we belong to, what path we have chosen, we should not forget that all of us have only one goal. Classically, you can call it the self, Brahman, or even in our ignorant state, we call it happiness. All of us, whether like it or not, the entire humanity want to be happy. Want to be happy forever. Want to be free from sorrow forever. They may not know about mukti, they may not know about realization, nirvana, but the fact of the matter is they want to be free from sorrow forever. Atyanta dukkha nivritti. And be happy forever. Paramananda prapti. So, the goal is one. We may think otherwise, but the goal is one. So, if you understand that goal is one, then naturally we can understand the rest of the topic. That is why there are many paths. Again, here I would like to use an example. Let's say somebody wants to come to your home. So they call you, asking for directions, how to get to your house. So then, first question you ask is, where are you? Because the instructions and the directions you will give them will be based on, determined by the location of your friend who is trying to get to your place. Similarly, here too, the goal is one, which is the self, the truth, etc. But where are we trying to reach? Now that determines the different paths. To elaborate a little bit, we talked about personality or the ego. So classically we talk about, we define ourselves as a finite entity in terms of our body, in terms of our mind, in terms of our intellect, and in terms of our action. So Swami Chinmayananda used to say, very easily, he says, if you are, if you have the personality where you identify yourself with your emotions, then you have to take care of those thoughts about those emotions. Then devotion is the way, bhakti yoga. Similarly, if you define yourself in terms of your body, the physical aspects of it, to transcend those thoughts, the ideal path is hatha yoga. So bhakti yoga, hatha yoga. Bhakti yoga to take care of the emotional aspect of it. Hatha yoga to take care of the physical aspects of it. And naturally, intellectually, if you define yourself in terms of your intellect and the strong intellect, then jnana yoga. Addressing those thoughts, how to remove those thoughts. Similarly, action, if you are somebody who defines yourself in terms of the actions you perform, you have karma yoga to cleanse yourself of those thoughts. So what you are doing is purifying your mind of your thoughts. Thoughts, different kinds of thoughts, will need to have different approaches to purify your mind. Those are these different parts or yogas. We call it karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga. All of these enable you to transcend the very thoughts you have, which makes you think finite. The very thoughts you have in terms of your actions, in terms of your body, in terms of your mind, in terms of your intellect. So, enabling you to remove these thoughts. At different times, different aspects of our personality can play up. So, you have to apply the appropriate methodology. But what you are doing in essence is the same thing, purifying the mind. But how you are purifying depends on what kind of thoughts you have. Just like when you want to clean the dirt, what you use to clean the dirt will vary. Sometimes detergent, sometimes the water would do, sometimes different chemicals also. But what you are doing is cleaning the dirt. Similarly, purifying the mind, meaning getting rid of the thoughts. The methodology you use to remove those thoughts are these different paths. But the purpose of all of this is to purify the mind. And once you purify the mind, the goal is one. That is, you realizing your infinite nature. When you transcend your thoughts, which define yourself as a finite entity, which makes you think that you are separate, hence the need to be united. But once you transcend your thoughts, then you realize that you are not separate, you are not finite. You are that. That's the whole idea of yoga, and that's the whole idea of different paths, what we talked about. And that's all I would like to share with you all today, this short time together. And I would like to wish all of you the very best on this special day of yoga. All the seekers, all of us, may we attain what we seek. Namaste. Hari.
Thank you very much, Honorable Swamiji. So nicely you have put all the paths together. I absolutely loved the way you said if different people are coming to your home from different places, you give them different instructions to reach at the same place. That's phenomenally simple to understand it. And as you defined ego as the seeming finite image of infinite, which is finited by thoughts. And you also mentioned that which path you will take depends on your thought on yourself. How do you define yourself will define the path that would you like to take. You also define yoga as path and goal at the same time. You rightly mentioned that the goal for everybody, goal of all goals of life is Paramananda Prapti and Atyantik Dukh Nivratihi. So whether people from any part of the world listening to you, they will all resonate with this particular purpose of life, whether they are believer of any tradition or non-believer. But yes, everybody wants to remove sorrow and get peace. And you said that without transcendenting the finite thoughts, we cannot connect to infinite, and that infinite love lead to infinite happiness. Swamiji, it's so blissful to listen to you. We never noticed where the time went, and how did you manage to assure that so many things can be put together. We are really honored. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Connect, bringing together European yoga teachers and establishing delegates and representatives for each country, considering the social differences in various countries and support the needs, equality regardless of gender, origin, sexual orientation, social class and religion, overcoming dogmatism, fundamentalism,
to promote universal understanding.
Bye.
Promote encouraging a yogic lifestyle and a holistic approach to life as a tool for physical and mental wellness, a more spiritually elevated, peaceful, happy and physically fit society.
Integrate and unify. Integrating science and the art of yogic living, modern knowledges with ancient wisdoms for betterment of the world and global development. Recognizing, accepting and integrating the many different paths that lead to the same final goal, making sure that yoga will maintain its original purpose. Namaste.
Provide study of secular knowledge, philosophy and ancient text, Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Sutra and Veda. Study of techniques, modern developments in teaching techniques, incorporating scientific findings in medicine, psychology, etc. to guarantee a certain standard, an established graduation system to provide a minimum standard for yoga teachers training.
Namaste. Listening to such wonderful talks from great masters from different parts of the world, but one common thread of consciousness that connects to all the talks together, all the talks, and that's why Indian Upanishads gives a clear passage towards self-realization. It starts with when Guru tells to the student, you are that consciousness, that when student realizes, when student goes further inquiring upon it, that Guru said that you are that, then after some time, he realizes that sabhi kuch across the planet, everything is that consciousness. Even he is that consciousness. Then he declares, Aham Brahmasmi. In this process, he realizes Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, all pervading consciousness, one for all and all for one, as goes in Chandogya Upanishad. Then the student declares Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Everything is pervaded by consciousness. It's the consciousness manifested. So let's receive a message from Government of Madhya Pradesh. Government of Madhya Pradesh has established world's biggest statue of Adi Shankaracharya in MP, Madhya Pradesh, with the same theme, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, all pervading consciousness, one for all and all for one. Let's listen and see this and the messages from all parts of the world in their own languages, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma.
La coscienza è onnipervadente. Il tutto è nell'uno e l'uno è nel tutto.
Nella coscienza onnipervadente, l'uno è in tutti e tutti sono nell'uno.
Her şeyi yayılan bilinç.
Bir hepimiz için, hepimiz bir için.
Alldurchdringendes Bewusstsein. Alles in einem. Eines in allem.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all and all for one.
Всеохватывающее сознание, одно во всех и все в нем.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all and all for one.
Desde México, uno para todos, todos para uno.
La conscience omniprésente, une pour tous, tous pour une.
참나 만상에 존재하는 의식 하나가 곧 만물이요 만물이 곧 하나입니다.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all for one.
Todo es una única conciencia, uno para todos y todos para uno.
A consciência que tudo permeia, por todos, todos por
Alle yaşında consciousness, yan for allemaal en allemaal for een.
すべてに浸透する意識。一人はみんなのために、みんなは一人のために。
All pervasive consciousness, all in one, one in all.
सर्वम खलविदम ब्रह्म, एक में सब और सभी में एक.
Sve prožimajuća svijest, jedan za sve, svi za jednog.
Η ανώτερη συνείδηση, όλοι για έναν και ένας για όλους. Να είμαστε...
Всепроникна свідомість, один за всіх і всі за одного.
Sve prožimajuća svijest, svi za jednog, jedan za sve.
La conciencia lo impregna todo. Todos para uno y uno para todos.
Probudena svest, jeden za site, site za jeden. Ilija Daov, Makedonija.
Jedno во všetkom, a všetci v jednom.
Всепроникающее сознание. Один за всех. Все за одно.
Allgenomträngande bevissthet, en för alla för en.
Conștiința atotpătrunzătoare, unul pentru toți, toți pentru unul.
Sva prožimajuća svest, svi za jednog, jedan za sve.
Toda la conciencia omnipresente, uno para todos, todos para uno.
Sve prevlađujuća svijest, svi za jednog, jedan za sve.
Visu caurvijošā apziņa, viena visiem, visi vienai.
सर्वव्यापी चेतना, एक सबै का लागि, सबै एक का लागि. धन्यवाद.
Šūri maģoņu bafarogi, jakas baroja hama baroja jakas.
അഖണ്ഡ സർവവ്യാപ്ത ചൈതന്യം എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉള്ള ഏകബോധം.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all for one.
La conciencia todo lo penetra, uno para todos y todos para uno.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all for one.
Namaste. nañu tasaare xel mu sell bi pour ñëpp, kenn pour ñëpp, ñëpp pour kenn. Namaste.
Minden láthatót tudatosság, egy mindenkiért, mindenki egyért.
All-pervading consciousness, one for all for one.
Pervading consciousness, all for one for all.
Ohio, Tanga, Anui, Kotahi, Mote, Kator, Mote, Kotahi.
Alles doordringend bewustzijn, één voor allen, allen voor één.
Conciencia omnipresente, uno para todos, todos para uno.
Kui tu kui pi conciencia.
Tukui huyapi. Eso.
La conciencia que está en todo, todo está en uno y uno está en todo.
Todo es conciencia, uno somos todos, todos somos uno.
Một tâm thức chung lan tỏa, mọi người vì mọi người, mọi người vì một người.
Conciencia omniabarcante, uno para todos, todos para uno.
Una conciencia omnipresente, una en todos y todos en una.
You all must have seen this beautiful structure called Ekatma Dham. It is the epitome of oneness which Government of Madhya Pradesh Ministry of Culture has created for the world. We received messages and greetings from all parts of the world about celebration of Ekatma Dham, which is in Omkareshwar in Madhya Pradesh. We invite people from all parts of the world on behalf of Government of Madhya Pradesh to come and visit this epitome of oneness during the times of war. We see that today war is going on across the planet, but this Ekatma Dham says W is for wellness, not for war. We would like to thank Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav ji, Honorable Minister of Ayush, Sri Inder Singh Parmar ji, and Honorable Ministers of Government of Madhya Pradesh State, Shri Dharmen Singh Lodhi ji, Minister of Culture State, to have contributed and blessed this event with their guidance. So, dear friends, we invite all of you to witness Ekatma Dham, which gives the message to the world, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, all pervading consciousness. One for all for one. Thank you.
In an era marked by constant distractions, stress and uncertainty, anxiety has become one of the humanity's greatest challenges. Yoga offers a timeless solution by harmonizing the body, mind and spirit through conscious breathing, mindfulness, meditation and awareness. Yoga helps calm the nervous system, reduce mental turbulence and cultivate inner peace. Ancient yogic wisdom teaches that true freedom arises not from controlling the world around us, but the mastering the world within. Can yoga be the antidote to modern anxiety? This question invites us to explore its transformative power. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a panel discussion on the topic, Can Yoga Defeat the Age of Anxiety? In the panel, I welcome our next panelist, Mr. Mubirkhoni Muminpur. He got his bachelor's degree in foreign language from the Tazik National University, specializing in Hindi and English. For more than 5 years, he is working as a deputy head of the Excursion and Mass Communication Department of National Museum in Tajikistan. The excursion group comprises of 2 presidents, 1 prime minister, the head of parliaments, general of army and lots of high-level delegations from around the world. From 2015-16, he have been in India. He studied Hindi language proficiency in Kendriya Hindi Sansthan, Agra, Uttar Pradesh. He also studied Aryan culture, ancient civilization and intercultural relationship. From 2017, he is working at the National Museum of Tajikistan as a Hindi-English speaking guide. As an Indiologist in the museum, he researched on ancient civilizations deeper. In 2018, he wrote an article after a long time researching on Hinduism in ancient Penjikent, which is from the proven artifacts of the museum. Our next panelist, whose Buddhist name is Tejavaro Thevo, Malaysian by origin of Indian heritage. He started learning Buddhism at 7 years of age in 1991. At 15 years of age, he becomes Srimanara in Malaysia. He became a bhikshu in Thailand when he was 20 years of age. In 1997, he went to Taiwan to learn Mahayana Buddhism and studied Chinese at National Sun Yat-sen University. He completed his bachelor's degree in anthropology at Marylhurst University, USA in 2008. He holds a master's degree in yoga from Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya in Haridwar, India. Most recently, he completed his PhD in yoga and the Buddhist tradition in 2017 at Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow, India. Currently, he is preparing for the postdoctoral program at National Cheng Kung University, Tainan, Taiwan. In addition, he gives lectures on Ayurveda and yoga at National Sun Yat-sen University and also serves as vice abbot for the Golden Mountain Temple. Our next panelist is Ms. Jamelia G from Almaty, Kazakhstan. She is a mother of 3 children, and one more beautiful soul will be soon added in her family. She is practicing yoga since 15 years. She attended her first yoga class when her bank owner invited Yogi from India's ashram. Her first yoga teacher, Sandeep ji, is still the person who is helping her stay in touch with yoga knowledge and yoga lifestyle. She participated in yoga course when her first guru opened first branch of yoga in Kazakhstan. Since 2014, she is teaching Hatha Yoga. She has completed yoga psychology course in ashram. In 2019, she attended the international conference about family system and role of mother, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, in India, which started as a trip for 4 Indian mothers and continued as global mother team of different countries. It is a great honor and pleasure to welcome Dr. Shivam Mishra, an internationally acclaimed yoga educator, researcher, author, motivational speaker, and visionary leader in the field of holistic wellness. Originally from the sacred city of Varanasi, India, and currently based in Da Nang, Vietnam, he serves as the founder of SKM Yoga International India and Dubai, director of 300 plus center group yoga Song Khoi in Vietnam, and Vice President of GLG Yoga School, Vietnam. Holding a PhD and MA in Yoga, along with MBA and MA in Political Science, Dr. Mishra exemplifies remarkable academic excellence and multidisciplinary expertise. Over the years, he has trained and mentored more than 1 lakh yoga teachers worldwide, making an extraordinary contribution to global yoga education. A renowned author, YouTube podcaster, a keynote speaker, he continues to inspire audience through conferences, workshops, and educational programs. His personality reflects wisdom, dynamism, dedication, humility, and visionary leadership, beautifully bridging ancient yogic traditions with modern lifestyles to promote health, harmony, and higher consciousness across the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Shivam Mishra. We are honored to welcome and introduce Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, an internationally recognized scholar, writer, and management consultant with an extraordinary commitment to global well-being. Nominated by Civil 20 under G20 as the international coordinator for the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam initiative, he has addressed the United Nations headquarters in Geneva on the International Day of Conscience. In June 2023, he served as the global convener for the World Yoga Summit in Germany and is also the international coordinator for ICCR-nominated Global Conference on the Holistic Yoga Beyond Physiology 2023. He is one of the most sought-after speakers across India. His work has impacted over 3 lakh beneficiaries across 120 countries, including cabinet ministers, bureaucrats, defense, corporate professionals. He convenes United Consciousness Global, aiming to develop the world's first integrated manual for humanity, leads Project Self USA to promote scientific aspects of ancient Indian philosophy, sits on the board of European Yoga Federation in Italy, and oversees spiritual healing in Africa through the Spiritual Council. He additionally founded, with an academic background spanning business management, journalism, public administration, philosophy, and yoga, Dr. Tomar's prolific writing, including Rule the World as Krishna Did, continue to inspire countless individuals worldwide. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar.
Perfect. So good to see such esteemed and distinguished experts from different parts of the world. God willing, Mubir Koni ji will also be joining us. He's facing some tech issues. We welcome Acharya Shivam Mishra ji from Vietnam. Most welcome, Acharya ji. We welcome Jamilia ji from Tajikistan. Most welcome, Jamilia ji. And we welcome Dr. Tajavero ji from Taiwan. Dr. Tajavero, your camera is off. If you can switch on the camera, and then we can enter into this wonderful discussion. Dear friends and audience who are and will be watching us from different part of the world, we are going to have a discussion on a very important, significant topic for the people across the planet: anxiety. Anxiety is the pandemic which is happening across the planet today. Rarely you will find a person who has not felt anxiety in last 30 days. You may find some people who might have felt anxious in last week also. And you might get some people who might be feeling anxious right now even. So anxiety has become a phenomenon. And WHO has also declared that workplace anxiety is a phenomena now. So how to deal with it? Do we have a choice in such situations? Do we have a choice? Students and different experts will be watching us from different parts of the world. You can write your questions if you are watching from YouTube, if you're watching from Facebook, if you're watching from any media across the planet. You can write in that medium and our team will pick your questions and provide it to us. Some questions already are there with me. So let's begin with, as they say, first things first. So I'll go to Dr. Tajaveroji. That why do you think anxiety is rising across the planet? Despite of greater comfort, technology, now technically we are more physically comfortable than ever before. I'm sitting in an air conditioned room. Students are sitting on comfortable chairs. Comfort has increased, but why this mental comfort is decreasing? Over to you. For all the audience, every expert will answer every question in 2 minutes maximum time, so that it will be very brief for your understanding, and we'll have a couple of rounds of different questions. Over to you, Dr. Tijaveru.
Thank you, Mr. Vikran Singh, Tomar. Even though we have improved technologically, but our cravings and our desire has increased too much. And lots of desires we can't fulfill, and the anxious and anxiety arises because too much of information. Those days without the internet, without the computer, we can see only the local news. But now, in your hand, on your palm, you have a mobile, and you can see the whole world news. It's not everywhere. It's a peaceful place, and it directly affects your mind. So the information, lots of information, and we have a very less knowledge about dharma, about life, a meaning of life. So anxious becomes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Three important points Dr. Tejavero clearly said. That he said resources are divided by desires. More resources, but desires are much more exploding. Second, he said information explosion. And third, he said lack of knowledge about dharma and the science of life. That's wonderful. Let me ask the same question from Jamilia ji also. Jamilia ji, technologically we are growing. There is more comfort than ever before, but less peace than ever before. What do you find as a reason? Till Jamilia ji answer the same question to you, Acharya Mishra ji.
Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. However, I'd like to pray my Guru first, and as per his speakings, I would like to quote something that he usually say that when we jump towards comparison, comparison creates competition, and competition uncertainly build an anxious mind. As per anatomy, if you jump towards anatomy, you will see there is a amygdala in your brain which actually process each and everything whatever happening in front of your indriya. What is now indriya? Indriya is something that you are getting like from sensory organs, inputs from various variables. So when you are starting comparing yourself with other person in like technological way, suppose for example you are using ChatGPT and you are using Claude, both at the same time, if you are not getting appropriate answer from Claude and you're not getting appropriate answer from ChatGPT, so it your brain will instantly start sending some anxious interventions in your brain. At the time, what my guru says that whenever we start comparison, it's undoubtedly it create competition. So two things are very important, which you and all of your audience must have to understand, that inner stability is very much important, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell that in Bhagavad Gita in 6th oblique 34, Sri Krishna says that chanchalam hi manah krishnam pramati balvadranam tasyaham nigraham manne vayoriva sudushkaram. That means the anxiety connections is all about like how you are controlling your stimuli, your brain towards thing whatever you want to compare with. So comparison, you need to leave it out. And as Dr. Tejavaro says, that dharma is also very important. When you understand that there was a Marathi writer, his name I'm forgetting his name. He's very famous about dharma. He says that whenever you start, understanding your karmas, you become automatically your dharma. And when you understand your dharma, you will automatically stop comparison and competitions, and that will lead you towards less anxiety. So amygdala will get a proper understanding of situations. That's what I understand as per your question.
So one more dimension is being added to the discussion Mishraji mentioned. Whatever we receive from the five senses, and maybe sixth sense if you say mind too, then that reception may lead to at times comparison. Comparison leads to competition, and competition, comparison, along with lots of desires, information explosion, lack of knowledge about life, creates amygdala activated. And when amygdala activated, emotional hijack takes place and we lose our stability. Thank you for taking us towards the anatomy of anxiety also, Mishraji. That's wonderfully mentioned. And he also mentioned that when you know your karma right, as they say, swadharma, you go towards dharma. Thank you very much. That's wonderfully said, both of the masters. I think other masters are facing some tech issues. We will be dealing with that, and these tech issues otherwise also creates anxiety. So and when the time is passing by, then it leads to anxiety, and that can very well be understood. So how does yoga address the root cause of anxiety? Like you mentioned, some root cause: desire, comparison, sense exposure, root causes of anxiety, or lack of understanding about dharma or swadharma. How does yoga address the root cause of anxiety, not only the symptoms? Because if I'm sweating, feeling anxious, it's a symptom. Over to you, Dr. Tajaveruji.
Thank you, sir. So the root cause is definitely is about avidya, ignorance, because we don't know. The answer is we don't know, we don't understand, and we don't want to know. And some people are not able to know, and which is we call avidya, And sometimes we have misunderstand, and we misidentify, misheard, misunderstood. So that makes lots of issues, root cause, and definitely it's attachment. And when we have attachment, when we start to lose and we don't have security, the mind feels insecure, and definitely because of impermanence, and we want to hold the pleasure senses for a long time, and it's hard. Definitely it's going to lose. And because of we have certain behavior which we like and we don't like, which is doesha, and when it comes to us, when we don't like, so it makes lots of discomfort, and that is another big root cause.
Perfect. So root cause as mentioned, is avidya, which leads to insecurity, and seek pleasure in senses, because we have avidya, seek pleasure only through senses. Perfect. So we got our expert Jamilia ji also joined us. Jamilia ji, the question in hand is that we are physically more comfortable, but now mentally less comfortable, more anxiety than ever before. What do you think is the cause of it? Jamilia ji, if you could listen us, yes. Go ahead. Your voice is not reaching, Jamilia ji. Now it is relatively better. Mhm. Till she joins us back. Yes, Mishra ji, your take on that. If avidya is the root cause, avidya means he defined avidya three ways. We don't know, we don't want to know, and for some people, they are unable to know. They misunderstand it. So these are the causes of anxiety, having not the right knowledge. What do you think is the root cause, and how yoga addresses the cause? How yoga addresses the root cause?
So, as Dr. Tejavaro told about talk about avidya, in yoga, well said by Maharshi Patanjali, avidya, asmita, ragadvesha, abhinivesha. So he also, put his fingers towards avidya. But as per another shlokas about avidya, we learn that andah tamah parushanti ye vidyam upasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yahu vidyaharata. That means who pursue avidya, ignorance, like materialistic knowledge is also kind of avidya, like ignorance is also just cause of avidya. So they basically enter into blinding darkness. But those who are
I'll stop you in between, Acharya ji. Just wanted to request, can you clarify when we say we don't know? So many people who are not exposed to even Vedanta, what is it that we don't know?
right. So Vidya is in a very very simple term. If we say according to Bhagavad Gita, you see in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna very clearly put his fingers towards avidya. That says he says that if you really need sukha, kutah sukham, santi shantasya kutah sukham. If you are seeking for any kind of happiness, any kind of acceptance from this materialistic world, so that leads you towards avidya. Entire shlokas is that nasti buddhi yuktasya cha yuktasya bhavana. That means you are neither using your brain, stimuli of your brain, and you are jumping towards something which is actually materialistic. According to Vedanta, as you told that in Vedantic philosophy also, people shivoham. Shankaracharya says that shivoham, right? I am who I am nothing. Satyoham, shivoham, aham brahmasmi, et atmana brahma. As you was also speaking just a few minutes back. So what I want to tell, as per my understanding about avidya, that if you really focus on your own existence, your existence is quite important, right? And if you jump towards yogic philosophy, so there was a very famous shloka in Gita again, that abhyasen tu kaunteya vairagyer cha grihate. Krishna says that if you can control your mind, if you start this detachments, that leads you towards vidya, right? That leads you towards
I think at his place, internet has some concern, seems. Jamilia ji, Shivam ji, yes. We lost you in between. Yes. Jamilia ji, would you
yeah.
like to speak? Yes.
So sorry. So I was saying.
So the discussion was going in this direction, that focus on our true existence is needed to deal with this anxiety? What are the practical tips which anybody who is at all not exposed to Vedanta or yoga can start doing?
Right.
Tejavaroji, uh, some practical tips which you think has worked for you.
Definitely, sir. I would say that first pranayama, which observe your breath.
Right.
So once you observe your breath, the mind come down immediately and instantly, and you can feel by yourself, which is we have to have a deep breath. It's not only shallow breath. So just stop down, because our mind made the software, it works busy, it just makes us busy all the time. Once you take a deep breath, sit, calm down in any position, and just take a deep breath, and you can see your mind calms down immediately, and then you can think clearly. So pranayama is the best technique at any time.
Right.
Perfect. Any special type of pranayama or just observation of breath?
I would say a simple pranayama is just take a deep breath and then exhale, inhale and exhale. It's a simple way. If we want to know a little bit more, and then we can have a specific pranayama is according to everyone. I would say it's simple. Just observe the breath.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything that you would like to add to the list, Acharyaji?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to tell that as per yoga therapy, if you really want to work on anxiety, so you need to decrease the blood flow of your prana flow of your right area. So you need to do some calming pranayama, that is like Chandra Bhedi kind of pranayama. Although if you're like Dr. Tejavaru was telling, so you can do alternate breathing, right? Just inhale from one nostril, hold for a few seconds, then exhale from another nostril. Once you will start focusing on your air pattern, that will leads entire pranayama in your control. That means you are the honor of your prana. Now, what is prana? Prana is something, the vital forces in your body. Now, which kind of vital forces? Prana, apana, samana, vyana, udana, nar, naga, kurma, krikala, devdata, and dhananjaya. So all prana you can accumulate and you can control over. Although yoga is saying that chale vati chale chittam nishkalam chale bhavet. That means if air is running, so your brain will start running. If you can control your brain, then automatically, if you control your air, then automatically you can control your brain. Samatvam yoga uchyate. In Gita also, Sri Krishna so says that siddha siddhiyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. That means you have to bring yourself in the middle path. Now, what is middle path? Of your each thinking, neither in positivity nor in negativity. You have to bring yourself in the middle path. Make sure, my dear friends, I want to tell everyone who is watching on YouTube that there is neither light is the truth, neither darkness is the truth. What is truth? The either dualism or in between. If you are putting yourself in between, that is the practical aspect of yoga. So what I would like to suggest, that keep doing alternate breathing, that is called Nadi Shodhan, alias we can say Anulom Vilom. Other than this, we can do Chandra Bhedi Pranayam, breathing from left nostril, holding for some seconds, then exhaling from left nostril, holding for some seconds. That are the best way. And the second thing, if you are really very anxious, then do Brahmari too. Just close your ears, put your fingers here, or anywhere on your forehead. Just start like humming sound, like Brahmara. So Brahmara is called Brahmari, right? So these are the practical aspect what I can tell you.
Thank you, Acharyaji. One thing Acharyaji said, Tajaveroji, that samatvam yogi uchyate, go to the golden mean. But how can we go to the golden mean if somebody is insulting me, somebody is speaking something which is I'm not comfortable with, somebody is behaving not appropriately? It becomes very difficult for me to take care of the anxiety. and to be in between, not getting disturbed?
Because whatever words comes through people's mouth, it doesn't mean everything is applicable for yourself. I can say anything about you. So this is where the understanding comes. This is just a word, and if that word can become your mantra, and your life will be dark. So I would say, and if we whenever I have a very good example, and when I scold my student because he didn't do a proper work, and then he said to me one beautiful word, "Thank you, Guruji, for blessing me," and my intention, I just want to make him aware. So I scold him, and he said, "Thank you for your blessings." So whenever people say negative words to us, as we transmit that thoughts into positive, "Thank you for your blessings." I know that I'm not enlightened, and I'm not full, and I don't know many things. So I will learn from my mistakes.
You mentioned that when people say something, they can say whatever they want to say, but don't make it your mantra. Don't
Yes,
let those things define you,
exactly.
whatever they are saying. And he said that even if people are scolding, you may think as blessings.
Right.
So, as I read somewhere, that Vedana, which is suffering, when processed well, becomes Veda, a wisdom. So I understand that. Thank you very much for adding this to the discussion. Uh, at times, if it is not somebody saying something, Acharyaji, at times even I overthink, and it creates anxiety. And many times I found that nothing was there, but at that moment I kept on thinking. And for me, even I'm like some people say, I'm sick of my own mind. It thinks so much. So that also leads to anxiety. I think many of the audience going through it, overthinking. How to deal with that? Any reflections?
So you need to just follow Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, second lesson, 14th shloka. Lord Krishna says very clearly, especially for you, he says that matra astu kaunteya, toshna sukha dukkada, agama apyayino nityastyat chisvah bharatah. That means pleasure and pain, praise and criticism, comfort and discomfort come and go. They are temporary. Learn to endure them with patience. Now, if you turn the same thing in yoga, you will see what Patanjali says. Patanjali says that Matri, Karuna, Mudita, Upekshanam, Sukha Dukha Punya Punya Vishyanam, Bhavanata, Chitta Prasadanam. That means you just need to focus on your chitta. Now, I want to give you a very sophisticated example, which I usually give to each of my students. See who you are. You are Mana, you are Buddhi, you are Atma, your ego, ahankar, as Sankhya Darshan is also highlighting, mana or chitta. So mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, and atma. There are 5 elements, and each of 5 elements are working simultaneously. Right? Sometimes, suppose I am praising you, Dr. Toma, you are doing a fantastic job. At that time, you are thinking, "Oh my God, it's sitting in your chitta." Right? Sometimes, if I am talking about you in negative manner, right. So at the same time, what I want to tell, suppose when you got very cold water, when you come from sunlight, you got cold water, you just drink it, your atma got satisfied, or atma tripti ho gayi, right? So sometime your mana tripti, sometime your chitta tripti, sometime your ahankara tripti, sometime your manas tripti. So at the same time, there are 5 Tomar. Mr. Tomar is talking to me, right? Now, once you understood that which Tomar is leading today's Tomar, that leads Mr. Tomar, right? And each of everyone, like whoever is hearing this talk, I'd like to tell you that identify yourself. Once you identify yourself, then you'll better understand what Lord Patanjali says. He usually says that Maitri, cultivative friendness, a friendship towards the happy, compassion towards the suffering, fire towards the virtues, and toward the unless, right? It's all, once you understood, it will create peace of mind. So that are the best way what to accept and what to leave.
So one fine point Acharya mentioned, that if you are going through overthinking, endurance is one of the method.
Endurance, yeah.
Angela Duckworth from Harvard also mentions grit or endurance. It's not the talent that makes you a champion, it's the endurance. When the rubber hits the road, it's the endurance that makes you the champion. So one point you mentioned is endurance. And second, he says, yes, lot many things are happening inside you. We are the mixture of opposites. Some thoughts, some feelings, some emotions, some memories. But who leads everything? He says, let the Atma lead. And when Atma leads, then we work for a higher purpose of life. And when the purpose of life is higher, automatically Man Buddhi follows it. And when we don't have any purpose of life, they go haywire. So one of the strong methods he also recommended is let the Atma lead, have a purpose of life which is driving us in that. Thank you very much, Achar Mishra ji. But one more thing happens, like we discussed about somebody saying something. Then Tajavero ji said that let them not define you. We discussed about I think so much. Then we understood it, okay, fine, let your Atma, let your purpose of life define you. Understood. But what if nobody is there? There is a situation and I'm feeling anxious. I'm stuck in traffic jam. I invested in share market and they started falling down. I can't find any person troubling me, nor myself. Stuck. My promotions are not happening in time. The country, somebody may think that I'm living in economy is not doing well. So there is no person, but still the situations are making me anxious. How to deal with that? Because anxiety comes with the situations too.
It's my turn.
Tajavero, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So again, it comes to our life purpose, because nowadays we are only surviving. So the share markets or any issues, job issues, whatever issues we have, we will have things, we will have a meal and things will change, because this is anitya, right? Everything is anitya, everything changes. So the things, share markets goes down, and then once you understand this is anitya, and then it will comes up again. So again, I would say the basic knowledge or dharma, once you understand what is the purpose of life, and it will answer so many questions. And when the anxiety comes at that moment, again, take a deep breath. Things will change, be in the present moment, and future become just because of our present moment. Present moment decides our future.
Beautifully mentioned. Thank you very much, Dr. Tajavero. He said, see, the thought itself is wrong, that things will remain permanent. Everything will change. And as he also said, that it is not needed that everything will happen your way. Things never happens your way all the time at all the places. Thing will happen their own way. So in a way, he is teaching us acceptance. Accept that change. So that's amazing way of putting it from Dr. Tajavero, that understanding that things will change for sure. But Acharya Shivam, why it happens that things happen the other way I wanted them to happen? I'm stuck in a traffic jam and another lane is going faster. The moment I go to that lane, then another lane starts going faster. So why another lane goes faster? I know you talked about comparison, but somehow it comes like and then it leads to anxiety. I'm also equally talented. Why I'm not getting that much scope and breaks with like another people? So some other lane is going faster. So it's not that somebody is conspiring against me, but I am the victim. If I feel like this, it creates anxiety.
I would like to add some values in your words. According
Mhm.
to your values and ethics, Karna, the great fighter of Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, he must be most anxious than you, right? Although he was more talented, more capable, and other than Karna, if you see some more fighters of Mahabharata Yuddha, you will see each and everyone was capable enough. But they all was waiting for time, and Krishna says that yogastha kuru karmani sangitatya dhananjaya. He also says karmanyeva adhikarastu. That means focus on actions. Now, one thing what I understood according to my philosophy, if you dive deeper in the concept of negativity versus positivity, you will see that you need to light your room by a specific bulb, right? The darkness is extreme true and absolute. It will come automatically. There is no bulb you put in your room to bring darkness. So darkness is pathetic and very absolute truth. You need to understand about it. So once you understand that, even though to enlight this earth, you need a sun, but sun also have a specific age, 4.5 billion years. After that, who will come? The black hole. The earth will also become black hole. That means absolute darkness. What I want to tell, that negativity comes without any source, and actually that is permanent existed in the society. So now the thing is, why you are getting anxious during traffic jam? It's not because of the traffic jam, it's because of your brain. Because it is which accumulating continuously, slowly set of thoughts. And when you see traffic jam, you get initially very anger, you got very anger issues at that time, and you start putting your hands on steering and shouting. Although after jam you will shout on your office mans and everyone that you are late. Although you are late, you are negative, and your negativity comes along with a lot of sets of thoughts. So when you put one light, like red, like green, like yellow, like all the colors one you will mix, it will become black, and that is called the darkness. So it's not an anxiety. It's like in Hindi we usually says that aap vyast nahi hai, aap ast vyast hai. You're not busy. You're not busy, you are just messy, right? So that means the anxiety, the root cause of the anxiety is you and your lifestyle. You need to focus on your lifestyle first. What brings you towards negativity? Make sure, the last word I want to tell, that bring take 2 liters of water, first from Ganges, right, and the second from any bad water, okay, dirty water. Put all Ganga water in that dirty water, it will not become Ganga water, it will become dirty water. Although you just take one sip of dirty water and put in entire Ganga water, entire Ganga water will become dirty water. So positivity needs a lot of efforts. Negativity is automatically inherent, right? So you need to understand about it. And anxiety is just same thing which comes in everyone's life.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You are wonderful experts from different parts of the world. We couldn't be blessed with presence of the two masters, tech issues, and that might have caused anxiety to my tech team at least, because they were trying to fix it. Nevertheless, we listen from them somewhere else during this program. Can yoga defeat the age of anxiety? Anxiety has become the new pandemic. And three types of anxiety we discussed today: anxiety of me versus others, Adi Bhautik; anxiety of me versus nature or situations, Adi Devik; anxiety of me versus myself as overthinking, Adi Atmik. So, three types of anxiety we discussed, friends. And Dr. Tajavero mentioned that anxiety is causes when your resources are divided by your desires. You will remain poor throughout the life if your desires are increasing more than the resources are increasing. So that poverty can never be eliminated. He also mentioned that second point is just get exposed to the relevant information. The more information exposure you'll expose yourself to, it will create more anxiety, more unnecessary knowledge. Swami Vivekananda was once asked what is your message to the age? He said, keep the mess out of the age is my message. So he said, keep the mess information out. He also said that know about dharma. We learn about livelihood, but it is the time we should learn about life also. And along with that, Dr. Mishra ji mentioned about focus on your five senses. What are they exposed to? Because whatever you will take as inputs will become the source of your comparison, involuntarily leads to competition. That competition will instigate your amygdala, the animal brain, and it will foster negativity. And that's why it will remove stability. And Gita says, he said, stability is must. So how to achieve that? We enter into the second cause of it. Dr. Tajawaro mentioned that know that the avidya is the root cause. Ignorance about what? So he said, Shivamji said about your true nature, that you are complete. You are self-reliant. Swami Vivekananda mentioned, Nastika is one who doesn't believe in himself. So Dr. Tajawero mentioned that why we don't know? Because some people don't know, some don't want to know, and some are unable to know. And that's why it leads to insecurities. And we feel that pleasure comes from the senses only, or it is the major source of senses. So what to do? Acharya Shivam said, focus on your existence. How to deal with this anxiety? Lots of inputs came. First, and very interesting inputs came from our masters. First is pranayama. Observe the breath. Simple breath observation. Whenever you feel anxious, start observing the breath. Second, Chandra Bhedi pranayama. Let your left nostril initiate the breathing. Breathe in with it. It will revitalize you. Left nostril in. Brahmari and like create a Brahmar-like sound he mentioned. Then Nadi Shodhan also he mentioned. He also mentioned that along with these pranayamas, Dr. Tajawaro said, let people don't define who you are. Let their words not become your mantra. Process those scoldings and that will become blessings. Vedana will lead to Veda. And then what should we know always? Remember that the change is eternal nature. Things will change. Even if they are favorable, they will change. If they are not favorable, they will change. And if that change may not happen always your way. So acceptance, you cannot control everything. So there will be uncontrollables. So acceptance, he suggested. And then what to do with the controllables? Uncontrollables, he said, acceptance. For controllables, Acharya ji said, samatvam yoguchyate. To stop overthinking, endurance. Endurance is something which is in your control. Grit. Bhagavad Gita 2.14, he suggested. He also said that these four senses and mind, let them not drive you. Let your Atma drive you through a greater purpose of life. You are not Vyasta, actually you are Asta Vyasta, he said. And then he mentioned Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Focus on action, do the needful, control the controllables. As Dhoni always said, focus on the process. He said if you will not put deliberate efforts towards it, then negativity will overcome, because if you put dirt into Ganga, Ganga water becomes dirty. So assure that to remove mess out of the age, he said traffic jam is not in traffic, it is in your mind. So jam happens here. I'm sure, dear friends, the advices given by our masters will certainly help you to deal with anxiety little bit better way. Follow us for more. Would like to thank Dr. Tajaveru for your time, Dr. Shiva Mishra ji, Acharya Shiva Mishra ji for your time. Mubur Koni ji could not join us. We would like to thank him also for all the efforts he has put in, and Jamilia ji also for all the efforts she has put in. We certainly will listen back from them after some time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for hosting such a wonderful podcast, Eva.
Yes, sir.
Akshara Kids Academy Play School, where education is a meaningful and exciting journey because every child is unique. We provide a unique blend of Gurukul methodology with an international curriculum. We provide a distinctive program for the holistic development of children to inspire them to think, learn, and explore. Our engaging activities on gross motor and fine motor skills develop the children. Highly qualified teachers, a creative environment, modern education system enhances knowledge in children. We make a promise to provide a better, enchanting and secure environment for your little ones, shaping the world of tiny minds. Our commitment is to fulfill the dreams of your children. Let's embark on a journey together, laying the foundation for a brighter future. Join Akshara Kids Academy in exploring a world's dream and success for your children's marvelous journey. Admission open for classes pre-nursery, nursery, kindergarten. Contact Akshara at Mahakal Vanija Kendriya Traffic Thana Ujjain or call 9399322261. Our next guest is from Australia. She is Karine Shelshires. She comes from background of social research, planning, policy and community development, an advocate of social justice. She has a Master's of Philosophy in Housing. She has been a teacher in higher education and was president of Australasian Association of Yoga Therapy. She is trained in the tradition of Krishnacharya and remains a student of Dr. N. Chandrasekhan and Saraswati Vasudevan. She presented a paper on the use of chakras in yoga therapy at the International Yoga Therapy Conference in Japan in 2018. She's teaching synchronized breath focused yoga, incorporating guidance for a calm mind, strengthening and revitalizing the body and restoring the whole system.
Namaste, Karin ji. Most welcome. So happy to receive you, and over to you. Whole ears to receive blessings and guidance from you.
Thank you so much. My acknowledgement as well to United Consciousness for the wonderful work that it's doing in bringing people together. And my topic is a very interesting topic. At first I thought, oh, that's very straightforward. And the more I looked at it, the more I realized its complexity. I'm speaking today about yoga for building compassionate communities. And I could talk to you about what we do in practice in yoga that opens the heart at a physical level, at a mental level, at an emotional level. But I thought what I would do is address some of the definitions, because quite often yoga is misunderstood. So firstly, in defining yoga, where does compassion sit within the Yoga Sutras and within contemporary psychology? And what constitutes the nature of community? Then putting it all together, I hope to be able to provide some personal insights on building compassionate communities. As it happens, when I first opened my classes, my yoga classes at a place called Victoria Park, I called it Yoga of the Heart at Victoria Park, where we became aware of the heart center. My own perspective on yoga is that yoga is an understanding of drawing on the heart opening, on the heart space, addressing the area of the diaphragm, allowing the pranavayu that rides on the breath to move through the space of the lungs and connect us to the compassionate heart center. Many of the back bends we undertake in our practice will open the chest area, but to open the heart requires our mental attention, our focus and reflection on the breath within the space of stillness, and our willingness of intention to release the tightness, the harsh words received and given, the hurt, the loss, the rigidity of thoughts, all of these things that sit at the emotional heart and attach themselves to the emotional senses create distortion. So within yoga, we use various tools, and they include physical tools, mental tools, emotional tools. They include visualization and meditation. But I'd like to come back to the word yoga, and let's leave aside the questions of style and lineage, and let's look at what we mean when we use yoga, because it's often linked to union, contained in the word commune, community, coming together as one in common unity. Yoga encapsulates that sense of community by its very meaning. I'd also like to put the yogi in perspective as the seeker who takes the journey of yoga to the heart in search of those deeper ontological questions. The questions of who am I? What is my purpose? What is my nature? What is my true nature? Yoga is one paradigm that offers the seeker of life's questions, its meanings, a set of intricately woven aphorisms to guide the individual on their journey. Building community is about taking that journey collaboratively with other seekers and sharing our findings on the way, sharing our exploration, our understanding, and our mutuality on this pathway of yoga. Yoga provides the protective vessel to transit the journey. It offers a mindset of skills to negotiate external challenges, and more importantly, to deal with the unconscious inner obstacles of the mind that impede our journey. Indeed, yoga is not just a synonym of a set of contorted postures. Rather, it is a series of physical, emotional, mental levels, as well as at the level of the psyche, psychology, aimed at quietening the mind and alleviating it of disturbances, the chitta vikshepa, that lead to suffering, that lead to dukkha, and to discontent. As such, the yogin, as seeker, questions the nature and cause of worldly suffering, questions dukkha impacting on all beings, whether it be due to loss, pain, grief, or separation. The yogin is aware of suffering, acknowledges others' suffering, seeks relief from suffering within humanity and within our ecological systems. The yogin is concerned with ecological sustainability and with equilibrium, and looks to clarity and elucidation from within, a movement and focus of the mind that takes us from darkness to light, that takes us from ignorance to true knowledge. Compassion, care, and affiliation, all of which help bring about balance and harmony out of the chaos. That compassion is integral to the heart space of yoga in action. Franz Moores, in his translation of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, talks about yoga in the best and most comprehensive manner, offering a clear and precise treatise of the human psyche, able to transform one's inner mental functioning for the purpose of living in harmony with others and with oneself, helping on the path of universal spirituality. As such, yoga is a manushastram, a study of the mind. Prana and mind coming together represent yoga. Moores describes yoga as a system open to all, Hindus, non-Hindus, believer, atheist, and agnostic. It is at the same time rigorous, tolerant, and accessible to all seekers. The text of the sutras leads us to unravel the fabric of yoga, thread by thread, in a logical sequence of ideas. The field of action is the chitta mind. The path of yoga offers mental clarity, the powers of understanding, extraordinary potentials rendered through meditation. By mastering a series of transformations that take us from darkness to light, towards mindful awareness. The yoga journey takes us deeper into knowledge of the self and away from ignorance. However, not unlike Ulysses in search of the golden fleece, the seeker can be challenged by internal obstacles or antarayas, factors of mental distress, the chitta vikshepa, that obscure the path as described in Sutra 130. Things like disease, mental apathy, doubt, haste, lethargy, laziness, greed, extravagance, excess, stubbornness, stagnation, and regression. The symptoms of this mental agitation are suffering, dukkha, negative thinking, dharmanasya, but also physical agitation, mental agitation, along with erratic breathing. To avoid them, we commit to the practice, abhyasa, as a key factor. And we look at Sutra 133, where we are told we should cultivate certain virtues to obtain a peaceful mind and clarity as a mental attitude. And these virtues are firstly friendship, a friendship or loving kindness to share in the happiness of those who are content. So already that friendship alludes to a creation of community. The second is karuna, compassion, a keen interest for people who are distressed and experiencing difficulties. Or in Pali, the wish that all people be free from suffering. And in modern psychology, it extends to self-compassion, not just to others, but towards oneself, expressed as self-kindness rather than criticism, or as Carl Rogers aptly put it, unconditional self-regard. Research in positive psychology identifies compassion as consisting of three core components: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindful awareness. The studies suggest that self-compassion, its development, is associated with improved emotional regulation, reduced anxiety and depression, increased resilience, and healthier motivation. So it's quite stunning to realize what was known thousands of years ago in the creation of the Yoga Sutras. The other aspect of a peaceful mind is mudita, joy and enthusiasm for those whose actions are good, punya, and virtuous, dharma. And then there is upeksha, that having distance, disinterest, or equanimity towards those who are not good, are punya, or immoral, adharma. Similarly, modern mindfulness studies refer to one's awareness and acceptance of painful experiences in a balanced and non-judgmental way. As such, compassion sits in the field of interconnectedness with friendship and joy, and it becomes part of our practice of yoga. It is a tool of yoga that steers us to greater knowledge and understanding of others and ourselves. It is part of the journey of self-discovery and elucidation, the yoga transition from darkness to light. Compassion expressed as care is a form of healing, not only of others, but of self. Then there is the concept of community. What is community? Our very first community, of course, is our family. The community of the family that gives life, and the extended family that gives love, care, nurturing, and possibly the surrounding village. The infant receives love. It encapsulates, community here encapsulates those elements of being cared for, loved, nurtured, and able to thrive. The family community plant the seeds, create a pathway, a place of the heart within the family or broader community. Yet, not everyone is so fortunate to have the support of the inner sanctum of the family. Nonetheless, we have agency and we can create communities that share common goals, that collaborate and are mutually respectful, that rejoice in each other's achievements. And yoga is one such community. Compassion, or karuna in action, in yoga is yoga. It delivers understanding. It makes a difference to our humanity. It expands our sense of understanding one humanity with a primary goal of self-care and care of others to redress human suffering and awaken a sense of unity as we journey on our yoga path, nurturing self and others, revering the elements that give life, earth, water, air, fire, and space, and are regenerated through our compassionate caring. Yoga is that community of awareness, weaving the threads in the tapestry of interconnectedness and healing that binds us to a collaborative endeavor of recognizing who we are and shining a light for self and others. That, in essence, is at the heart of yogic compassion that moves us towards awakening to a deeper reality of values. To close, I would like to put forward 3 statements. That compassion is yoga in action. That community is yoga in process. And that yoga is a state of mind that, when linked to compassion and community, form a highly powerful combination able to achieve great transformation that brings balance and alignment both internally, within, and externally to the reality that manifests into our future.
Thank you very much, Karinji. Wonderful, as you mentioned, it's a yoga of heart, yoga for compassionate communities. And you rightly mentioned that there are many tools, physical, mental, available. Symptoms is suffering and negative thinking, that you are going away from the path of yoga. Solution you mentioned as abhyasa, the practice of 4 things: Maitri, Mudita, Karuna, and Upeksha. Friendship towards all loving kindness. And when you have friendship towards all loving kindness, then certainly mudita will take place. You'll be happy in everybody's happiness, and karuna will take place. You will be compassionate towards other people's misery, and one has to be indifferent towards those things which does not take them towards their greater purpose of life, and accept life as it comes. It will help us to heal self, heal family, community, society, country, and the world. And as you rightly said, compassion is the yoga of action. Thank you very much. Yoga in action. Thank you very much, Karinji, for your blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vikram. Thank you very much.
I'm privileged to introduce and welcome Shri Durga Das Sawant. He is MSc in Physiology from Goa Medical College, Diploma in Yoga, Yoga Therapy, Naturopathy from Yoga Vidyaniketan, Mumbai, and Institute of Alternative Medicine, Mumbai. MA in Yoga Shastra from Kavi Kulguru Kalidas Sanskrit University. Teaching yoga for 35 years and took yoga sessions in various corporate bodies. He is presently organizing a Vashi and Global Online Diploma in Yogic. He is a member National Consultative Committee, Skill Ministry, Government of India. He has written book on natural diet named Nis Argahar and published in 4 languages: Marathi, English, Hindi, Gujarati. He got Vocational Excellence Award in 2008 from Rotary International, Nirul. Yoga Jeevan Gaurav Puraskar in 2017 of Yoga Vidyaniketan, Mumbai, and many other awards. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Shri Durga Das Sawant.
Thank you, Durgadas Sawantji, for accepting our invitation to guide us in this wonderful meditation. We request you to tell our audience about the topic of meditation and take us to this beautiful journey of meditation.
Namaste. I'm audible, sir. I'm audible.
The Durga. Yes, you are audible. Yes.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Yes, you are audible, Durgadarshi. Yes.
I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you are audible. Yes, yes.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you are audible. Yes, you are audible. Yes, Durgadasji, you are audible.
Am I audible? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes. Can you see me? Okay.
Yeah.
दास जी, आपकी आवाज आ रही है, प्लीज आप बोलिए। We just heard from Playing for Change as they sung Chanda Mama. So you see the same melody coming from different parts of the world where people appreciate changes for good. So, dear friends, I hope that you enjoyed this beautiful composition of music called Shanda Mama. Thank you. Durgadasji, over to you.
And
आवाज आ रही है, आप शुरू कीजिए. Now
thanks
your
to
voice is clear.
United Consciousness, yeah, and more particularly Dr. Tomarji for giving me this beautiful opportunity. Maharshi Patanjali, having defined yoga as Chittarutti Nirodha, he has prescribed not less than 10 different modalities as per one's nature. So whether it is Abhyas and Vairagya or the Chitta Prasadanam, just not Karen Madam beautifully described that, and then of course Ashtanga Yoga, very common person, Kriya Yoga, and one of them is Pranava Sadhana or Onkar. So Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya Darshan talks about 25 principles, and Maharshi Patanjali, having accepted all of them, he added his own additional, that is the Ishwar, concept of Ishwar. Of course, that Ishwar doesn't exactly tally with or the Purana Ishwar staying in Kailas in Himalaya and all that. But Maharshi Patanjali's concept of Ishwara, which is devoid of the fruits of the karma, or Nishkam karma, Bhagavad Gita recommends. So he said the divine power, in other words, and it can be named differently, as the Upanishad said, Ekam Satyuparaha Bahudha Vadanti. But Onkar or Pranav is the most favorable call, let us say, symbol. So it's a symbol. In chemistry, we say H is hydrogen, O is oxygen. Just by writing H on paper, we can't get hydrogen. But it's a symbol, and with that symbol, we can understand so many chemical reactions. But similar fashion, this Om is an image which is representing the entire universe. What are the basic principles of universe? Creation, number one, something should be created. Anything that creates has to get destroyed, another fundamental principle of nature. But if something gets destructed immediately, where is the sustenance, where is the survival, where is the existence, where is the life? So these are the three principles of creation and sustenance and destruction. Only principle which is not created, and that's why it's not never getting destroyed, Anadi and Ananta, these are the names of that divinity, as we know. And rest of the things pass through this process, creation. In our Purana, Brahma is the creator, in that Onkar, U is the sustainer, Vishnu, Ma is the destructor, Mahesha. So not only for the living creature in this world, in the celestial objects also they get created and they get destroyed after. Crore is a very small word, crores and crores of billions of crores, let us say, years. It goes to black hole. That's the modern physics says. What does it mean? The matter is getting converted to energy, and again from energy the matter can be converted. The science, physical law says energy is neither created nor destroyed, only transformed from one to the another form. Similarly, matter can be created to mass, and mass can be again created to energy. And in 1905, the great scientist Einstein happened to derive that equation, E is equal to mc square, how the mass can be converted to energy, and based on that the nuclear explosions were done, etc., etc., as you know. The Sankhya talks about the Purusha and Prakriti. So both are basic realities, they do not manifest. And when there is an imbalance of the Triguna, they manifest, evolution happens. So, if at all we have to meditate on the universe, Om is the symbol. I am not going to share and all that. I am going for some easy shortcut. A Om image is seen here, small one, and everybody knows about this Om. So there is there is a U, and there is a Ma, Anuswar, and there is a half moon. It's a pralaya in between the two. Creation, sustenance, destruction, and then there is a gap, silence. And silence is more important so far the Omkar meditation is concerned. To meditate on nothingness is a superior quality of meditation by itself. So, the meditation of Om is concerned with the divinity, that is one part. Secondly, let us go for therapeutic, because if you see the proportion of population worldwide, how many people have come to you for liberation? I think we'll have to just count them on fingers. The mass is more concerned with the health. Although we say health is not the intention of yoga, health is a byproduct of yoga, but it's a fact that health, yoga does that. Yoga is a journey towards Atma, but prior to that there is mind, there is body. So after yoga sadhana, we have certainly the prevention, cure, we get the physical health.
It is a great pleasure to warmly welcome Ms. Eliane Yoon, an inspiring entrepreneur, philanthropist, wellness advocate, and visionary leader dedicated to transforming lives through holistic well-being. Drawing strength from her remarkable personal journey as a child, displaced during the Khmer Rouge era, she transformed adversity into a powerful mission of healing and service. As the founder of Soul Advisor, a global platform connecting trusted complementary and integrative health practitioners with individuals worldwide, and a Soul Advisor Foundation, which she advances education in complementary medicine for the public good, she continues to create meaningful pathways to wellness. Her initiatives, including Angkor Grace Residence and Resort and Enso Healing, reflect her commitment to nurturing health, balance, and human connection. Deeply inspired by the transformative power of yoga, conscious living, Ms. Yoon exemplifies resilience, compassion, innovation, and purpose-driven leadership, inspiring others to embrace wellness as a part of personal growth and positive global change. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Eliane Yoon. It's a great pleasure to warmly welcome Ms. Kate Peterson, a visionary wellness leader, yoga pioneer, and passionate advocate for social transformation through holistic health, currently serving as a director and strategic relationship manager at Soul Advisor. She's helping build a global platform that integrates yoga with a wider spectrum of traditional, complementary, and integrative healthcare modalities in service of a healthier and more connected world. Since introducing workplace yoga in Australia through Yoga Solutions in 1998, one of the country's first such initiative, she has been at the forefront of corporate wellness, community engagement, and yoga-led social impact. Through innovative ventures such as Yoga Pass, Yoga Hive Collective, and Get Off Your Asana, she has empowered countless individuals and communities, trained in occupational therapy and deep experience in body work, energy work, and multi-nutritional modality. Kate brings a uniquely holistic perspective to well-being. Her personality reflects innovation, compassion, leadership, and a profound commitment to creating positive change through health, connection, and conscious living. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Kate Peterson.
Good afternoon, everybody, and we're so pleased to be here, Elaine and I. Elaine is currently
most welcome,
in Cambodia.
Malanji, and most welcome, Katji. So much happy to have both of you onboarded. Looking forward to receive from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for welcoming us, Dr. Vikrant, and thank you so much for having us here. And we want to welcome everybody else who's come to listen to us wherever you're sitting and breathing on this planet, and pay deep respect to you and your elders, past and present. So we all know that yoga is a healing discipline. That's why we're here. And it's always lived within a vast ancient tapestry of healing knowledge, what we now call traditional, complementary and integrative healthcare, TCIH. So hundreds of modalities that span every culture on earth are all oriented towards that same beautiful outcome. And that's the health and the wholeness of the human being. And I think it's good to think of that spectrum for a moment. At one end, you're a passive recipient. Perhaps you're unconscious, you're on a table with a surgeon operating on your heart. At the other, you're barefoot at dawn, arms rising, greeting the sun with Surya Namaskar. So it's all medicine, they all matter, they all belong. So today, as we talk of yoga as a healing discipline, I hand it over to Elaine.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having us. I feel what is important for us to say clearly right at the start, this discipline, all of us, yoga therapists, sound healers, acupuncturists, naturopaths, Ayurvedic practitioners, energy healers, somatic therapists, we have all had to really make a point, and in this last decade, to be recognized, to be included in the conversation about what health actually is. This UCIYW People's Declaration, a global call for a person-centric, holistic approach to healthcare, was born from exactly that struggle. It calls for respectful collaboration between traditional, complementary, and integrative biomedical practices. Because the healthcare we want focus on the whole person, physical, mental, social, and spiritual. It supports self-healing and health creation. It respects individual choices. It calls us to participate. That is our world, and yoga sits at the very heart of it.
Yeah, and I think it's very, thank you. I feel like it's very good to pause on that word, healing, and ask ourselves what that actually means. What's healing? We say it all the time as yoga practitioners, yoga therapists, or practitioners of any sort. So that word comes from the Old English word helen, to make whole, not to fix, not to cure, not to return to some prior state, but to make whole. And that's a lifelong journey. So that's where yoga as a healing discipline is unlike almost anything else in that TCIH spectrum, because the yoga journey really offers the full 8-limbed path. It's from the small self with the small s to the large self with the big S, as we all know. From the isolated, defended, anxious individual standing apart from nature and from community and from the sacred, over to the understanding that we have always been inseparable from everything. And that's the promise of what yoga brings us. So currently in the world, according to latest statistics, 300 million people practice yoga on this planet. That's 300 million people. It's not a wellness trend. That is a civilizational movement towards wholeness. And amongst a really blossoming field of wellness providers and teachers, yoga provides this hope and this promise. Elaine.
Yes, I agree with you. And I want to say something about the word discipline, because it is in our title and it deserves to be unpacked as well. Discipline is not punishment. It is not rigidity. The Latin, it came from the Latin word discipulus, which means a student, a learner, one who is devoted to a practice. Yoga as a healing discipline means this is something you do consistently with devotion, not something done to you. There is a saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Yoga is the fishing, not the fish. Because no teacher, no retreat, no single healing session, however extraordinary, can give you what a devoted daily practice gives you. The tools become yours. The breath becomes yours. The stillness becomes yours. And you carry them into every room, every crisis, every ordinary Tuesday morning for the rest of your life. That is what makes yoga a healing discipline rather than simply a healing experience. An experience happens to you. A discipline belongs to you.
True. And we're not here to say that yoga is the answer to everything, but that would be its own kind of fundamentalism. And hopefully the world, through our own hard work and own healing, will move away from fundamentalism. But what we are saying is that yoga belongs to an ecosystem, and alongside physiotherapy, acupuncture, alongside nutritional medicine, breath therapy and somatic healing, it exists because human beings have a lot of obstacles to overcome. Patanjali named 9 of them. And the nature of being alive is that we're here to learn. First Nations cultures across the world have always understood this. We don't arrive complete, we arrive as students. And having a community of teachers and therapists and healers to help us move through these obstacles that Patanjali has put forward in our discipline is fundamental. So Soul Advisor was built on exactly this understanding. Elaine?
Soul Advisor began from my own healing journey. After a childhood shaped by displacement, our family fled the Khmer Rouge. I found my way back to myself through wellness modalities. Yoga was part of that. So was meditation, energy work, sound healing, somatic practice. None of it alone was the whole answer. Together, held within a community of skilled, trusted practitioners, we become the community. So that can make it whole. That is the Soul Advisor vision, a global collective of over 2,000 healers and therapists, seemingly connected with people who are ready to take their healing seriously, not as a last resort, but as a first act of self-responsibility. And yoga is a connective tissue in the community of therapies. It is the practice that crosses almost every other discipline: the breath, body, attention, philosophy, community, ethics. It is the thread that runs through and allows its practitioner to hold the handlebars of their own healing journey, their own quest to move towards wholeness. I want to take you somewhere now, like 5 minutes from where I spend most of my time, Angkor. Most people know Angkor Wat as a monument, the largest religious structure on earth, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of the wonders of the ancient world. What few people hold in mind is what it actually was: a civilization engineered for wholeness.
Yeah, and I think, we all know that Patanjali codified those 8 limbs of yoga somewhere between 2nd century before Christ and the 4th century after Christ. But those practices that he named were already very ancient, shared across Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and other traditions. And those practices arrived at Angkor Wat, at Prayakan, and at temple after temple across the entire Khmer Empire. The bas-reliefs show deities and sages in lotus pose, hands in mudra, eyes closed in deep meditation. And the Khmer kings modelled themselves after yogi kings, righteous rulers who practiced tapas, austerity, and dharma. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi, those weren't abstract ideals in the Khmer way. They were living daily practices of the priests and monks who inhabited those complexes.
Yes, and the healing was institutional. Under King Jayavaraman VII in the late 12th century, 102 hospitals were found across the empire. So each one contained a shrine to Basaya Guru, the Buddha of medicine, a deity who vowed before entering Buddhahood to support the physical and mental health of all living beings. Roads were laid like arteries across the land, punctuated by rest houses. It was a kingdom held together not only by ritual, but by care. This is the world in which yoga was practiced, not as a peak experience for rare adepts, but as the natural culmination of entire civilization orientation toward the sacred. So Angkor Grace Residence and Wellness Resort, which I founded in 2007, sits 5 minutes from Angkor Wat. It was built in that spirit, the physical embodiment of Soul Advisor on the ground in one of the most energetically charged fields on this earth. When guests arrive, they're not arriving at a hotel with a spa, they're arriving at a place built as the ancient Khmer temples were built, with healing at its purpose.
Yeah, and so we want to come back now to the discipline, because that's really where the promise of yoga lives. And every serious practitioner knows this experience. You don't always want to get to the mat. There are days that the practice asks something of you, but you're not sure that you have the strength to do what is needed. And you go anyway, and you breathe anyway, and you move anyway, and the mat gives back. Not because you deserved it, and it's just not because you performed it correctly, but because the practice itself is generous. 5 loaves and 2 fish. You show up with what you have. So this is what makes yoga a healing discipline rather than simply a healing experience. An experience can happen to you. A discipline is something you build slowly across years, across decades, until that practice of yoga starts to live in you, not just on the mat. Until the breath is available to you in the boardroom and in the hospital waiting room, until the stillness is accessible in the middle of your hardest moments, your grief.
And also the discipline holds you in community. This is what Soul Advisor understands at its core. Healing is relational. The solo practitioner on their mat is doing something profound, and they are also part of something larger, a lineage, a community, a global movement of 300 million human beings who have chosen as their daily act of self-responsibility to practice. That community is not incidental. It is part of the medicine.
Yeah, and we're going to gather, and this is an invitation to all of you who've joined us here to please join in an organisation that Dr. Vikrant Tomar has been very kind to also support, which is Origin. And it will start dawn in New Zealand on the 17th of October. It will spread like a wave across the whole globe. And we hope that you'll all practice with us. You'll hear about it a lot. And as we do that, we remember that we are deeply connected to this earth and healing as yoga practitioners. Thank you, Dr. Vikrant. Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you very much, Katji and LNG. It was such a wonderful conversation listening to you about yoga as a healing discipline. You rightly mentioned that it has come from Helen, that makes it to make whole. And how beautifully you define discipline, which is a Latin word for devoted students for practice. It's not something that is forced upon you. Absolutely loved the way you mentioned that experience happens to you, LNG, and you said discipline belongs to you. It's so finely mentioned, and yoga as a discipline has those 8 limbs, which is a part of a greater ecosystem of healing. And certainly, as Katji rightly mentioned, that the First Nations truly understood it. And so the Soul Advisor has understood it. Thank you for taking us towards the journey of your life also, LNG, how it happened to you and how now that discipline belongs to you and how you are open to let 2,000 healers across the planet connected with that feeling and experience and that discipline. And you rightly mentioned it's a common thread that connects everybody in the path of healing. Thank you for talking about Angkor Wat. The Angkor Wat temples are in the hearts of everybody who practices yoga, who is connected with this discipline, one of the world's oldest and beautiful temples. And very happy to know that Soul Advisor are just 5 minutes away from there. I can understand the energies there. Certainly, we'll take your invitation sincerely. We will drop down. You are also invited to Ujjain in January 2027 for the global event of United Consciousness Global. Thank you very much for today's talk and inspiring all of us. Thank you very much, LNG and Katji. Namaste.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vikrant.
Thank you, LNG.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्।
This shloka means, may everyone be happy, may everyone be free from all diseases, may everyone see goodness and auspiciousness in everything, may none be unhappy or distressed. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. I am highly privileged to have this opportunity to present my gratitude to all those who have witnessed and blessed this event directly or indirectly. I believe that this is not the end, but the beginning of our journeys. The journeys towards the noble cause of removing the 14 divides rooted in human race and promoting harmonious and peaceful coexistence. Firstly, I thank the God for blessing us all. I am feeling honored to thank our Honorable Chief Minister from Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav, and Ministers of Government of Madhya Pradesh, to Mr. Rajesh Rabindranath of Project Self USA, Yogi Baba Adnan and Madam Kubuk of Siddha Ashram Yoga Center, Mr. Andre Reel of Nidra Yoga, Swami Suryananda Saraswati of European Yoga Federation, Mr. Sukhdev Volker-Bretz of Yoga Vidya, Ms. Patricia Wegle of AAYT, Ms. Emilio of CUIDY, Ms. Valentina Cortene of African Spiritual Council, Mr. Andre Lebanau of Yoga Lam, Mr. Josh Pryor of Yoga Australia, and Mr. Jose Ruge of for your invaluable contribution and support. I'm also very thankful to Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar of United Consciousness for hosting such a beautiful program. I also thank Denise Scotto, International Day of Yoga Committee, UN. I am very thankful to Mr. Meghraj Singh Royal, Chairman, United Global Peace Foundation, India. I also thank Team United Consciousness for their valuable contributions to such a beautiful program.